guys, I'm Rebecca and these are my reviews, and today I have the Dyson AIRWRAP. If you haven't seen this, this is a, well, newish product from Dyson that uses air to dry and style your hair at the same time, and it comes with several different attachments. So it does have just a regular, you know, hair dryer, much like their $400 one, except that this attachment does, it's a little bit smaller, but it's basically the same thing. So anyway, this was a gift from my husband, I think for like Mother's Day, my birthday, something like that. And I was honestly like, what? You did not spend that much money on a hair thing for me, because they're freaking expensive, right? And most of the reviews have been, is it worth the money? Because if you're gonna pay $550 for a freaking hairstyling kit, it better be worth it, right? And because mine was a gift, I'm keeping it, I love it, I use it daily. However, there are a lot of issues with this that I would change, and I don't know that I would recommend this to everyone. However, like I said, I do love mine and I use it every day. So I'm gonna go through the different attachments and how I use it, and kind of give you an idea of, you know, whether or not you might want to purchase it for yourself or a loved one. So, okay, as I said, $550 freaking dollars. It is pink. However, I have seen the limited copper edition. I think at like Nordstrom or something. It comes in this beautiful box, which I actually think is very cool. I like the box. I keep it in the box just for storage purposes because I think it's a nice box. However, I wish the box had a handle. The little magnetic closure here probably wouldn't stand up to being held by a handle, but you know, it just kind of sits in the corner on my floor. And then you open it up and it's got this little thing in here, and then you have all of the different attachments. So it sits in this little tray, and then the cord is underneath there. Mine is almost never actually in the box. I suppose if I were going to travel with this, I would shove it back in. I shoved it back in for the, you know, just for the video. So the cord has this big kind of chunky thing on there, and it's a pretty hefty plug here, but it does have like the test and reset thing on it. It has a swivel cord, of course, and then it has this filter thing that you can actually remove and clean. You can actually like wash this off, and it has a little Dumaflachi in here to clean this area, you know, fuzz and hair and whatnot that gets in there. So I kind of like that aspect of it. The cord is fairly long, I would say, you know, so mine is plugged in kind of on the floor, and I have plenty of room because I really hate cords that are too short, because I do tend to, you know, plug thing in the wall over here, and then my mirror's over here, so I'm trying to style my hair. Anyway, okay, so you've got this guy on here, and it has the little lock thing on the back for the attachments, and then on the front you have the, it goes on, and then you have a cool shot, which is really cool. And then you have 3 different levels of air and 3 different levels of heat. So you can just do cold air, medium heat, or high heat. Even the hottest heat setting is not that hot. And that is one of the things that I love about this, is that I don't feel like I'm ever frying my hair. My bangs get bleached and colored on the regular. They are definitely the most damaged part of my hair. Also, the only part of my hair that I style every day. Even when I'm not doing anything or going out, you know, now that I have bangs, I really hate it when they are askew. So for me, it is imperative that I am not torturing my hair, because I legit thought that I was like going bald for a while because of so much styling. And again, you know, bleaching, which does wonders for your hair, let me tell you. Okay, so the first attachment, this is just the blow dryer, you know, regular air dryer thing, and it just pops off and on, and then you know, hold this down to take it off. Super easy. And you turn it on. Okay, so this is the high setting. I wish I had something here to show you my hair. That's high, that's medium, and that's low. So the low is pretty low. So that's just the regular blow dryer. And then you've got the round brush attachment. And again, it's just, you know, a quick pop on and off. And this, I honestly thought that this was going to be the one that I would use the most. And I do use this if I'm drying my whole head, especially just to get like a little extra volume in my roots, that sort of a thing. But I don't use it as often as I thought I would. And I think because I don't get as much roundness from this that I do when I use a round brush and my blow dryer, like, you know, old school style. Using this as this, it doesn't curl my hair as much. It does help, you know, get some lift in my roots, that sort of a thing. And I like brushing my hair as I'm blow drying it without having to use two hands. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I never, like, if I want to like hold it on there and do this, I might get a little rounded, but on its own, I don't know. For me, at least, I kind of struggle with that. Okay, and then you have two different brush attachments. One is the firm smoothing brush, and it does actually kind of move a little bit, but these are like hard bristles. And then this one is the soft smoothing brush, which has, you know, just softer bristles. I'm not entirely sure why the difference. One is supposed to, I don't know, just do your hair differently, I guess. The major thing that I've noticed about these, and I almost never use these ones, they don't pull my hair out. I've used other products, mostly heating, not blow drying, but you know, with like the hard plastic bristles like this, and they always pulled my hair out like really badly. And these ones don't, which I was pretty impressed with. And you know, but like I said, my hair is naturally very straight, so this isn't the kind of thing that I think I would use. It's more for when you do want to straighten or smooth out your hair, you know, and you can blow dry it as you're brushing it, which is nice. Oh, it just got a little staticky there. And then you've got the 4 curlers. So the curlers are a little bit tapered. You have the fat one and the slightly skinnier one. There's not a huge difference, but when you're doing your hair, it does actually make a difference. And they've got arrows on them because they blow in different directions. So it's just 2 of the fat ones, but the arrows are facing different directions, and then 2 of the skinnier ones, arrows facing in different directions. So I can never remember which direction I like to use. Like, I'll kind of hold it up and be like, okay, is that the right arrow? And then inevitably it's the wrong arrow. So as I said, I use this daily for my bangs, and this is what I use for my bangs. And I usually use the smaller one, although the larger one, it kind of depends on if I want more of a, like, how short have I cut my bangs this time around? Do I need to curl them a little bit so they're out of my eyes? Or did I go a little too short and I want them to just kind of do one of these things but not curl under so much? So while you're doing your hair, it's supposed to be loose waves versus a more, you know, tight curl kind of a thing. Also, if you did want to change direction, say you're doing this side of your head and then this side, or if you want to go back and forth with your, it's so easy to just swap these out, you know, and they don't get super hot. Like, I have a curling wand that has different attachments, but it's so hard to change the attachments because A, you have to really yank it out and like grip that super duper hot thing, or just wait until it cools down. It's really difficult to switch between, and you don't have that issue with this because it doesn't remain hot. So, okay, I'm just gonna basically show you how I do my bangs. Just turn it on, and then I kind of hold it up, and you can see how it catches my hair, and then I do like a back and forth, and I'll go kind of up and down to get the different hair, you know, and just do one of these. And then I'll give it a cool shot and kind of do the same thing with the cold air, and that does help lock in the style. And then, you know, just kind of brush them out. Now, my bangs are dry right now, so I'm not going to get a huge difference. Also, the heat setting felt very low. It's on medium. I usually use it on a higher heat just because that helps solidify. Also, if my hair is dry, because I don't always wash my hair every day, I keep this handy. It's just a water bottle that I can mist my hair and then redo it. And I have noticed doing my bangs this way, if you look at old videos of my bangs especially, you can tell when I haven't washed my hair. And I would even like wet my hair and restyle it, and they would just look stringy and thin and not cute at all. And since I've been using this, and I would use like a round brush and a blow dryer, right? Since using this, my bangs don't have that same thin stringy thing going on. Even after, you know, several days of not washing my hair, it's still, there's something about this that I just feel like it's so much healthier for my hair, and it's so less damaging, and it just does a better job of styling my dirty, gross hair. But that being said, I do not like curling my hair with this, like my whole head, and I'll tell you why. This is supposed to be dry your hair and style it at the same time. And my husband, bless his sweet little heart, when he gave this to me, he was like, you know, because it takes you so long to do your hair, I thought this would help speed things along. Except he said it's sweeter than that. It wasn't like, you take too damn long, woman. It wasn't anything like that. But it's like, okay, if I had just taken a shower to try to dry my hair, and they even say, you know, dry it a bit with this guy first, and you really need to dry your roots or you're screwed. It's just not going to stay until you dry your roots. And it has to be right in that sweet spot of not too wet, but not completely dry. And it's really kind of hard to judge that. And then your hair continues to dry as you're doing one section. Also, you have to work in really small sections with the curling. Either curling one, it really will only take small sections, and if your hair is too wet, it's too heavy, and so it won't pick it up in that spiral wave of air that it's blowing out. Now, if you're just gonna use like one of these, fine, great, go for it. But as for the actual curling, it's such a pain in the ass. I would never do my full head. I did try it once and it took forever and the curls didn't last anyway. So it was like, why am I bothering, right? I'm just gonna dry my hair and then go back to my heat tools that, you know, the curl doesn't last with those either. I have that kind of charming hair that does not hold a curl. I've used it on my daughter, and for her, it was, you know, it took a while and the curls didn't last super long, but I did notice like she had her hair in ponytail the next day and she still had a little bit of curl in there. So, you know, it wasn't completely gone. And it was kind of nice because I wasn't using like a super hot curling wand going, okay, please don't move, because, you know, kids they do this a lot, right? And I'm always afraid that I'm going to burn her. So with this, I'm not afraid of that at all. So that's nice. If you often burn yourself, I have a nice scar right here from using a curling wand just a couple weeks ago. This won't burn you, which is nice. So there's that. So that goes on the pros list. On the cons list, takes for freaking ever. This is handy though, without just, this is just a random generic, you know, water bottle. Colin got me this when I started cutting his hair because it has a nice fine mist on it. I really like this water bottle. StylistSprayers.com. I'll link that in the description box. I really like this. Another thing that I would say if you are going to try to curl your hair is you really need to section it off. And if you watch the videos on their website, you can, you know, they have it in multiple sections. These clips come in really handy because another issue is that it will pick up the hair around it and it just turns into like a rat's nest if you're not careful. So you really need to do one small section at a time. So if I'm just gonna do this part of my hair, I'll take this and then just kind of clip it back, spray it, not the roots, just, you know, mid to end, and kind of brush that through so that it's a little bit damp. And you can see it's not like fully saturated. In fact, maybe I should do a little bit more. I'm telling you, you have to find that sweet spot. Now, as far as using products before and after, yes, absolutely. Whatever normally works for you will probably work, or you can play with new things and be like, hey, you know, this might help hold the curl better. And because you're spraying things, I know people have said like they will mix their whatever product in with some water so that they can kind of dampen their hair and have product in it at the same time. Okay, so let's just grab this and you can see like it grabs your hair like that. And then I kind of like to do an up and down motion to get it to like really dry the whole thing. And just, you know, when you're drying your hair, you don't ever hold it in one spot, right? You kind of go back and forth. So that's what I do here. And then I'll do the cold for a minute just to get it to hold. And then I usually go like this to spiral it out. And so you can see I have a cute little curl there. It's not bad, right? This piece is already dry. So I'm gonna spray that again. These weird sections of my hair. This was, remember like back in February, I basically shaved the sides of my head. That is this hair right here growing out. Okay. Come on, get all that hair. There we go. It does pick it up nicely. You know, I mean, it works legit. Like, you know. just does not pick up a lot of hair. There we go. Okay, you can see the curl is already coming out, right? And of course, if I mess with it, it's like, it's kind of curled at the end there. I know I was watching, Brad Mondo had reviewed this, and he was saying, he kept talking about like older people curling their hair a certain way versus people his age doing their hair. And I don't think it has anything to do with age, it's just style. You know, do you want the curls at the bottom of your hair, or do you want, you know, more curl all throughout? You can use it more like a curling wand, where you basically just wrap your hair around. So, you know, you would do one of these. I've got it like upside down, but you know, there we go. Basically just wrap it around like that, and then you can get that same kind of curl and hold the ends out so that part's not getting curled. It's upside down on it. Right, there we go. All right, so, but you see what I mean? Like, and granted, my hair was kind of dry that time around, but it's not particularly curly. I definitely have a little bit of curl in the end there, but I don't know. As far as like curling my head, I'm telling you, I would never use this to do that. I do, however, use it on my bangs regularly. So I blow dried my hair today. I used this kind of, you know, dumped my head over and used this to get it mostly dried. Then I went in with this, especially around the roots, and just kind of did one of these things. And it's like curling out at the ends for some reason. I don't know what's up with it. Oh, and then I have this weird curl. My hair's gonna look so weird today. It's okay. It's going back up in a ponytail because it's freaking hot. So my overall assessment of this kit is that it has some issues, and there are certain things that I just don't think work as well as they had planned when they put this out. And I don't necessarily think that it depends on your hair type. Of course, you know, your hair type is going to determine how you're styling it, if you need to straighten it, or if you know, are more of a round brush person, that kind of a thing. As I said, I use like 3 of the tools in here. I use the regular blow dryer, I use this one sometimes, and then I do like the curling one for my bangs. If you don't have bangs, you know, I mean, I guess you could curl like the bits around your face. Well, another thing that I like to use it for is if my hair's like up in a ponytail or something and I have some bits that are like sticking out weird, I can, you know, go in with this and kind of curl them, you know, just so that the ends are a little bit curled. It's probably faster to use your hot tools, but it's less damaging to use this one. So there's pros, there's cons. What are your hair needs? Do you have $550 laying around that you think would be awesome? I mean, if you were thinking about getting the regular blow dryer, like I said, this one's a bit smaller, but it's still a nice one, and it's still Dyson. It dries my hair great. I love that aspect of it. And then you do have the other options, and I do like these brushes. I don't use them very often because I don't need them for my hair type. But you know, I don't know. I kind of wish that they had a thing where you could buy the base and then pick and choose which tops you wanted. And there are other brands that are coming out with similar things, so then they're probably not as good, and it's just kind of a weird tool to use anyway, and there's definitely a learning curve. It's completely different from anything else, so you know, you have to get used to it and learn how to use it and learn how to do what you want to do to your hair based on these specific tools. So there's all of that going on. My favorite thing about it though is that I find it to be so much less damaging to my hair. And like I said, my bangs just always look kind of fluffy and cute, even when they're super dirty, which I wasn't getting those results with my regular round brush and blow dryer. So for whatever magical reason that is, I love this thing, and it's super easy, and you know, I can just go whoop, 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 and I dry my bangs, and there you go. Because half the time, you know, I wake up and my bangs look like this, so I have to wet them anyway to get them to not be parted in the middle, and then, you know, but it's just easy. $550 is a lot of money, but I do love this, honestly. Like I use it all the time, and I think it's a great little set. So I don't know if that information is helpful or not. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think if it was like $100 set, I would be like, yeah, absolutely, it's awesome. You will find a way to use this for your hair, and your hair will thank you for it. But for $550, I just think that that price is inflated, and I don't know, maybe I'm just a cheapskate. Anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!